Off a ladder and a cage to a table off a stage in a rumble and a rage. CAW! Kevin Cole, Caleb Cross, Kingpin, Nathan Frost, Kelly O, Angel Dust. CAW! Intro, BG, Bilo, Ace and Sleazy E, Starman and Anomaly. CAW! Hero Hidden Dynasty, Hannibal and 2K, Freeman dealt with FBA.
Good evening, folks. I'm Buck Wild.
I'm Tyrone Noble.
And I'm Ronnie X.
Ronnie X, who are you? Where's Hector?
I'm Hector's replacement, Ronnie X. Your boy wasn't trending well. Seemed the peoples found him stiff and kinda square, Buck. But y'all won't have that problem with me. Ronnie X got the gift of gab for Shicky's show. You heard?
The Shicky Show?
You heard?
Yeah, I heard both times.
Yeah, Buck. Turns out that Hector didn't actually work here. Nobody hired him. He just showed up with Hannibal Hernandez's crew and started commentating all on his own.
He just showed up and started working? Did he think we were Home Depot?
That's not hard to believe, Buck. Look at the color scheme up in here. I only walked in here because I thought it was a Hooters.
He gets it, Ronnie. Buck came here thinking we were a Cheeto factory.
Ha ha!
Very funny, Tyrone. Hilarious. Can we get on with the show?
Absolutely, Buck. Our main event tonight is the one we've been waiting 3 weeks for. It's the final round of the CAW World Championship Tournament featuring the aforementioned Hannibal Hernandez, or El Jefe as he's also known, versus my man Freeman, the Footloose Phenomenon.
And that's not all. We've also got tag team action, as OPG, the Dynasty, FBA, and the Star Warriors all face each other in a fatal 4-way elimination tag match for the Classic Action Wrestling Tag Team titles.
But first, it's my favorite part of the roster, the ladies. It's gonna be a battle of the beauties for the CAW Women's World title between fan favorite Kelly O, Bakisha, one half of the tag team pair of the Big Backs, and the lovely and voluptuous Shaboom. Can we get it poppin', please?
Sure thing, Ronnie. I'll introduce the first competitors right after this.
Oh, that won't be necessary, Buck. We recently hired a ring announcer. Jack, introduce yourself.
Hailing from Montreal, Quebec, standing at 5'6" and weighing in at 193 pounds. I am the man with the mouth, the fellow with the bellow, the voice of the people, your CAW ring announcer, Jack Whaler.
Okay, well, I guess Jock will announce our first match right after this CAW Superstar Spotlight.
I can dig it.
Streets of Dropkick City.
Barefoot warriors so gritty, foes fall one by one like pennies. Legends born from scuffles many. No boots, no chains, just raw power. Trains every day, hour by hour. Concrete jungle, cold devours. Drop kicks rain down like dark showers. He's the kid from Dropkick City. No one stands a chance that's gritty. Heroes fall and legends faded. Drop kicks made his name elated. Crowd roars when he enters the ring. Fear in eyes opponents bring. Silence storms his feet up swinging. Drop kicks made his name elated. The streets of Dropkick City. The streets of Dropkick City. Street lights glitching, chaos brimming, reflections from his kick shimmering. One last foe, then tales be telling. Dropkick City, echoes swelling. Echoes swelling. No boots would nightmare rise from ashes. Enemies fall frail like flashes. In his wake, just bruises, gashes. City chants and time it crashes. He is the kid from Dropkick City. No one stands a chance that's gritty. Heroes fall and legends faded. Dropkicks made his name elated. Crowd roars when he enters the ring. Fear in eyes opponents bring. Silence storms his feet up swinging. Vic Dropkicks made his name elated. Vic Dropkicks made his name elated. The streets of Dropkick City. The streets of Dropkick City.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back. I'm Big Ol' Buck Wild, and we're gearing up to crown ourselves our very first Women's World Champion. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Introducing first, hailing from Queens, New York, one half of the tag team of the Big Backs. She brings the quickness and she brings the thickness. Please welcome Becky Shaw.
Woo-wee. Look at all that.
Ronnie,
Grits and gravy. All I was gonna say. But did I hear Jack say she was part of a tag team?
Yeah, the Big Backs. She and her twin sister, Baquita, are quite a terrifying force, actually.
Twins. You mean we got two of them running around here? Good Lord. I ain't gonna make it. Just stamp me too on my forehead right now.
you'll be okay, Ronnie. Let's get ready to introduce the next entrant.
Yeah, before we gotta hose this guy down.
And from the state of Massachusetts, she is the Boston Firebrand, the red-headed stepchild, the girl on fire. Let's hear it for the incorrigible Kelly O'Cannon.
Oh, I love this kid here, guys. And that's saying a lot, because I don't usually care for these indie types. But Kelly O is different. She doesn't bring that I'm better than you attitude like a lot of those guys do. All she brings is the fight, and she brings plenty of it. You gotta respect that.
I do respect it, Buck, and so do the fans. That's why she's as popular with them as she is with us. Kelly O is the very picture of spirit and spunk. She brings the heat in every match, and she energizes every arena she steps into. She's a rare talent.
Indeed, and I think she'd make a fine champion. I'm rooting for her.
Boston girl, huh? Cream pies come to mind.
We're gonna get canceled on our third episode.
Don't even sweat it, Tyrone. The show is safe. Ronnie X knows how to keep it double and tender.
I don't think you said that right.
Don't worry so much, Tyrone. It's YouTube. As long as we don't say anything true or recall anything with any kind of historical accuracy, we're good.
Oh, we're fine then.
And finally, introducing from Los Angeles, California, the one, the only, Shaboom!
Mean Girl, the CAW, Shaboom makes it her personal mission to perpetually remind us that she's prettier, wealthier, more fashionable, and more talented than the rest of us dusty bones.
But is she?
Probably. Even so, it's rude to say out loud.
Shaboom may be arrogant, but her claims have merit. Even before beginning her wrestling career, Shaboom was already a supermodel, a fashion designer, and a multi-millionaire as well. She's nothing if not gifted.
Well, if she's got all of that going on, why would she want to get involved in professional wrestling?
The challenge, Buck. Of course, Shaboom is always looking for new ways to challenge herself. It's how she's gotten as far as she has.
Man, the intro music ain't lying. She really is her.
She may be, Ronnie. And if that's the case, then this is her chance to prove it. Intro song aside, nothing truly says, I'm her, like having the women's world title around your waist.
Facts.
She could still be nicer, though. If she really wanted to challenge herself, she'd go to charm school.
It wouldn't hurt. Let's head to the ring now, as all three entrants have arrived and our contest prepares to get underway.
I'm all a tingle. Edge of my seat.
I can hear the excitement in your voice, Buck. And I'm equally as excited to get to the action and find out which one of these fine athletes will walk away with the gold here tonight.
And there it is. The CAW Women's World title. the song that brought them all to the dance. Bakisha about to lay out some big back attacks. Kelly O set to fire off the cannon, and Shaboom ready to set off the wave. Let's get into it.
I wanted to ask, Ty, why is Bakisha out here challenging for the women's world title and not going instead for the women's tag titles with her sister?
We don't have a women's tag title.
Why not?
Our women's division is still growing, Ronnie. We've only a handful of female superstars, not nearly enough to sustain multiple titles. We don't have very many ladies on the roster now, but I promise you we're working on it.
I hope so, Tyrone. Ronnie X becomes uncomfortable when there's not a sufficient amount of female pheromones wafting around the room. You understand?
I don't know if I want it wafting, but yeah, we definitely need to build up the roster in the women's division.
Like I said, we're working on it, Buck. There are scouts in the field as we speak, and we can fully expect to see even more exciting new talent show up here in the weeks to come.
Good to know. Well, I suppose we'll just focus on the wealth of talent in the ring right now, Ty. Who do you favor?
It's a tough call, Buck. These are three very different competitors. Bakisha is an obvious powerhouse, but surprisingly agile. Kelly O is a scrapper with kind of a rapid but haphazard style. And Shaboom, of course, has employed her vast resources to procure Class A technical training from some of the best in the game. It'd be tough enough to call either of these superstars against one another one-on-one. But once you consider all the factors introduced by the triple threat stipulation, it makes a prediction nearly impossible.
Now wait a minute, Tyrone. I may be new here, but I've been watching the show, and I'm pretty sure I once heard you say that you were the pro wrestling prophet.
More than once.
And I am, Ronnie, but I'm not using my abilities right now. I have a responsibility to maintain the suspense for the fans. Therefore, I've sworn to only use my powers for good.
Okay, well, does it only work on wrestling, or could you use it on, I don't know, a horse race or a dice game? Asking for a friend.
Of course, Ronnie. No, tell your friend that my powers are pro wrestling specific. Sorry.
Figures. I mean, my friend figures. Personally, I think it's Cap.
And Ronnie's on the Cap train.
The Cap train? What's that?
Tyrone doesn't like when we say Cap.
I think it's just overused in general.
So, ironically, he tried to institute a Cap.
Really? A Cap?
Please stop.
He really did that?
No Cap.
I knew y'all were gonna do that. If we can get back to the match, Shaboom is in control as Bakisha's on the ropes and Kelly O is on the run following that big move from the mean girl.
Yeah, it looks like whoever she paid for training, she got her money's worth.
She is certainly well trained, but is she prepared for the pace of this three-way dance? It takes more than just the knowledge of grapples and holds to prevail here. You not only have to get the win over one of your opponents, you also have to make sure neither of your opponents gets the win over each other.
Well, if she loves a challenge as much as you say, this should be right up her alley.
Good point. She seems to be rising to the challenge in the moment, but Kelly O and Bakisha are both struggling to keep her contained.
They might want to consider a temporary alliance just to slow her roll a bit. Nothing wrong with a little mid-match politicking to help you get over a bump.
Well, if they're going to do anything to stop her momentum, they're going to have to do it soon. The mean girl has got the red-headed stepchild locked and lifted, and we know that means she's about to set off the boom wave.
Hitting your finisher is fine and everything, Ty. But in a match like this, you gotta make sure your other opponent is incapacitated or otherwise indisposed before you can go for a cover or a submission.
Sound tactic.
It appears as though she's learning that lesson the hard way, Buck. It looks like Bakisha's setting to unleash a finisher of her own as she executes a big back attack.
Oh, I'll take one of those to go.
Bakisha, not one to learn from the mistakes of others. Apparently,
Is she gonna learn today? If the little red-haired girl don't put her away right now, I doubt she'll make that mistake again.
I don't know with these wrestlers sometimes, Ronnie. You've been watching the show. How many times have you seen the old lights out routine fail miserably?
Good point, Buck.
You know, back in my day, I used to hate being in triple threat matches.
How many were you in?
Just one. But I hated it.
We're looking at a possible fall right now, as Kelly O has Shaboom in a submission hold and Bakisha is outside the ring, dazed, unable to interfere.
I don't think she's even trying. She
Yeah,
seems more interested in
slap it,
taunting her
girl.
opponents.
Nevertheless, Shaboom's out of the hole now, and instead caught up in this sick combo from Kelly O.
Yeah, but Bakisha's not about to let her capitalize.
She may have spared Shaboom the L there, Buck, but she may just end up taking it for herself as the mean girl escapes to ringside to recover. Kelly O counting with the O cover.
The O cover?
That just came out. And it's only one.
That's too bad. With Shaboom being down for the moment, this would have been a perfect time to get a fall uninterrupted.
Yeah, but your opponent has to be ready to be put away. Keisha
man.
obviously isn't.
I don't know, Ty. She might be now. Shaboom just nailed her with a flying chair shot.
She is mean.
I thought you knew. It's literally her nickname.
Yeah, I know, Buck. But when I hear mean girl, I think spreading rumors, stealing boyfriends, you know, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure what she just did is a felony.
Well, I don't see any cops.
What? Look in front of you, Buck. There's thousands of people out there. None of them are cops.
Relax, Ronnie. Never in the history of professional wrestling has a superstar been legitimately arrested for delivering a chair shot in a match. No one's gonna call you to testify.
Testify to what? I didn't see nothing.
Let's get back to this match. We got it covered. No good. Kelly O fails to get the pin, but otherwise seems largely in control for the moment.
But Keisha, not trying to take another one of those chair shots.
I ain't mad at her. I'd be pressing charges for that first one.
Ronnie, you can't tell me that you've been a fan of professional wrestling and you've never seen a chair shot.
Of course I have. But she threw it at her head, Tyrone. That's a whole nother level. You understand?
I understand.
Oh, that was a nice move by Kelly O. Shaboom, going for that chair again.
Okay, so I'm not even mad at her for that one. Kelly O walked right into it.
This may be it.
Nope, the Boston Firebrand keeps right on fighting.
But what's Bakisha up to?
No good, clearly. Shaboom's on her. Grabs a hold and whip to the corner.
Again, with the chair. I thought she was a technical wrestler. Can I see an arm bar or something? Damn!
She's an innovator, Ronnie. She does what she needs to do in the moment. Remember, this match is no DQ. The chair is perfectly legal.
Right.
Oh man, it's not looking good for my sweet thing right now, fellas.
Nope. Looks like your sweet thing is about to ride a boom wave.
Oh, right on that steel chair.
It almost seems like you enjoyed that.
I don't know. Maybe I did.
Shaboom with the pin, but Kelly O breaks it up.
Bakisha looks to be out of the fight. This may have turned into a one-on-one.
Shaboom attempts a corner attack on Kelly O, but is deftly rejected. And the Firebrand reciprocates with a series of elbow strikes. She's put herself in control for the moment, but she better look out. Big Bakisha's back on her feet.
Big bear hug.
Ooh, can't I get one?
You don't want that like you think you do, Ronnie.
Shaboom and Kelly O both struggling to break the hold, but not making a whole lot of headway. Kelly slaps the eardrums, forcing Bakisha to break the bear hug finally.
Oh look! Shaboom finally got bored with the chairs, and now she wants to hit people with sticks. Who raised this woman, man?
Once again, Ronnie, it's no DQ. There's no rules. It's all allowed.
And with both opponents down, Shaboom goes in for the cover. This it?
And there it is.
We have a champion.
A mean woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new CAW Women's World Champion, Shaboom!
It's official. Shaboom is the first ever CAW Women's World Champion.
It's certainly an historical moment, Buck, and a momentous one for the mean girl.
Well, she better enjoy it, Ty, because now, as the champion, she's gonna be walking around with a big oil target on her back.
Facts.
And we'll be back with the fatal four-way elimination tornado tag match for the CAW Tag Team Championship. That's coming up right after this.
CAW, the soundtrack. Now you can have the introduction music of your favorite CAW personalities with you wherever you are, at home or on the go. And you can enter any room like a CAW superstar, featuring all the classic CAW entrance themes, such as Ace in the Place,
In the place, voice full of bass. 7 foot tall fool taking up space.
OPG's Look Out Below.
Look out below, sneaky public coming. Counting fast to beat the whole place humming.
Chaos Reigns by Chaos.
Chaos reigns, power smash. Feasting on your fear clad. Battle cries, roaring class.
Sleazy Does It,
Whatever it
Sleazy
takes,
E,
Sleazy E rule the game.
and more.
Breaking all the rules,
Follow
'cause
the
rules
link
be
now
so lame.
and enter
Money in the
any
pocket
room
ain't chasing
like
no
a
fame.
superstar.
Rolling on the belt, Sleazy E the name.
Hey, welcome back to CAW Classic Action Wrestling. This is Ronnie X. As long as you're still with us, I'd like to remind you to like, subscribe, and make sure to deliver a devastating chair shot to that funky notification bell. Don't worry, I'll distract the ref. Now let's get back to the show.
The following is a fatal four-way elimination match for the CAW Tag Team Championship. First, hailing respectively from Tokyo and from Osaka, Japan, at a combined weight of 515 pounds, representing the Dynasty, Ken, the Dragon, Tanaka, and the Great Bear, Hakushi Matsumoto.
Hakushi and Tanaka, the personal guard of the Tokyo G, Hiro Kushida, but also a very formidable tag team in their own right. The martial arts fused technical style of the Dragon, Ken Tanaka, and the crushing power style of the Great Bear, Hakushi Matsumoto, make for a great deal to contend with in a match such as this, where all the competitors are in the ring at the same time, forcing you to have to be ready for multiple opponents simultaneously.
Well, they certainly aren't to be taken lightly, Ty. These men aren't just a couple of rookies paying their dues by escorting Hiro Kushida to the ring. They're decorated veterans. They've each spent years earning their bones on the Japanese circuit and are now here to test their skills against the considerable talent here in the CAW.
They sure came to the right place for that, Buck. Classic Action Wrestling hosts the greatest talent in the world. For instance, me, Ronnie X. That alone should tell you that the CAW has a great eye for talent.
That it does, Ronnie, and that's taking nothing from the Dynasty. To be clear, they are, after all, here among the greatest superstars in the world, and that's saying a lot for them. You don't make it to be a CAW superstar by being a mediocre competitor.
That's a fact. The question isn't whether the Dynasty deserve to be here. Their presence alone answers that question. The real question is whether they got what it takes to capture the CAW Tag Team titles.
Well, thankfully, we won't have to wait long to get the answer, Buck. Once our buddy, Jock Whaler, announces the remaining 3 teams, we'll be right in the thick of it. And I personally can't wait to see who goes home with the gold.
What's the matter, Tyrone? Not getting any pro wrestling prophecies tonight? Are your antennae broken or are your chakras just out of alignment?
Very funny, Ronnie, but nah, my chakras are lined up just fine. Like I keep saying, I keep my gifts suppressed for the sake of the fans, you know? So
And
there's no
from
spoilers and all
the
that.
furthest reaches of the
Yeah.
galaxy,
Sure.
coming in at a combined weight of 248 pounds, representing the Galactic Federation of Awesome Luchadores. They are the sensational Starman Jr. and the mysterious and enigmatic Anomaly, the Star Warriors.
Starman Jr.? So he's the son of the original Starman then?
Maybe, but not necessarily. In the luchador wrestling tradition, it's common for a wrestler being passed the mantle of a senior superstar to take on the title of junior as a sign of respect to their predecessor. And once they've been in the role for some time and have brought honor to the name, they'll drop the junior and fully be recognized as the reiteration of their forerunner.
So basically, what you're saying is some other man sunned him and made him start calling him Daddy?
No, Ronnie, nothing like that. He mentored him. The original Starman mentored him and schooled him in the art of luchador wrestling.
Yeah, it sounds like he got schooled all right.
Hey, how are they doing that? How are they making that little logo thing keep popping up? It's freaky. I want it to stop.
Weren't you listening to Jock's introduction? They're from the farthest reaches of the galaxy. They've clearly got some kind of alien powers or highly advanced technology or something. Get with it, Buck.
I'm with
and
it.
pulling up
I just don't
from the
get it.
Long Beach city of Compton, pushing 460 pounds of pure West Coast gangster weight, representing OPG, the Hood Ninja, B-Lo, and the big homie, Ace, the original gangster party.
And there goes the neighborhood. Leave it to these thugs, B-Lo and Ace, to show up and gangsta up the place.
Oh, I don't know, Buck. I kinda dig the original gangster party, and in my professional opinion, this place could actually use a little gangstering up. Know what I'm saying?
Only about half the time, Ronnie, if I'm being honest. But how could you like these guys? All they do is cheat and lie and steal. Who could be a fan of that?
I guess you got me there, Buck. I can't think of one instance where a superstar ever got over with the fans by openly lying, cheating, and stealing. It's practically unheard of.
You see?
Cut Buck a break, Ronnie. The man is ultra old school. The last time he was in the ring, an armbar was considered a flashy finisher.
That's not true. The armbar was just my signature move. I like to finish him off with a deadly hip toss and a big belly splash in the center of the ring.
See?
Okay, and what did you call it?
We called it a hip toss and a big belly splash. We didn't rename the moves back then. It was a simpler time.
Sounds like it.
If we're done reminiscing, guys, Jacques is about to announce the final entrance in this match, and we can finally get it underway.
And finally, from Harlem, New York, and from Pearl River, Mississippi, respectively, representing FBA, Jesse, Jet, Black, and Austin Armstrong. Now, let's get ready to wrestle.
FBA is looking to make history tonight, not just through Black and Armstrong potentially becoming the CAW Tag Team Champions, but if they can do so, and if their third member and leader, Freeman, can win the world title in his main event match with Hannibal Hernandez later on tonight, they'll have decorated their entire stables with championship gold in one single event.
Then let's get started.
We already have, Buck. All four teams are in the ring, and chaos is all set to ensue.
Where do we even start, Tyrone? How do you call a match with so much going on? I mean, there's 8 guys in there. Even the 3 of us aren't going to be able to track everything that's happening.
All we can do is what we've been doing, Ronnie. We call what we do see like we see it. The fans have eyes too. What we miss, they'll catch. Don't even sweat it. It only gets easier as the match progresses and superstars begin to get eliminated.
I guess, Tyrone.
And Austin Armstrong opening up the contest with a show of dominance as he immediately lifts the biggest man in the ring, the big homie Ace, into a military press.
Yeah, impressive. I think that it's important to reiterate here that this is an elimination match. If a man gets eliminated, his partner is left alone to fend for himself against every other still remaining guy. And the pressure will then be on them alone to bring home the gold for their team.
And it's also a no DQ match with no disqualifications. Not only is it no holds barred, but weapons, if they can be found, can be implemented as well.
Can and almost certainly will, Ronnie. Also, though there are no countouts, a fall and thereby an elimination can only take place inside the confines of the ring. Falls or submissions scored at ringside will not count toward an elimination.
And B-Lo, opening up on the anomaly with a modified unprettier, just like that hooligan to attack a guy from behind.
Well, he is known as the Hood Ninja, and ninjas are known for their stealthy attacks, Buck. B-Lo's just being true to his character.
Ha! That character has no character.
Well, that all depends on what you're looking for, Buck. The guy may lie and cheat and steal, but when it comes to his homies in OPG, it's said that there's no soldier more loyal than the Hood Ninja B-Lo.
Yeah? Well, what if I'm looking for someone who doesn't lie and cheat and steal?
Oh, well then you're out of luck. B-Lo's not your guy.
And there he is, taking a big old body slam to the ring floor from the Dragon, Ken Tanaka.
Good for him. B-Lo calls himself a hood ninja, but Tanaka is closer to a real ninja. He's an actual martial arts master.
Do you hear this, Tyrone? Do you hear this man sitting here talking about who is and who ain't a real ninja? Who are you to question the legitimacy of another man's ninja-ness? What kind of ninja are you?
What? I'm not any kind of ninja. What the hell are you even talking about, Ronnie?
Ha ha!
Ronnie, please stop messing with Buck. You know he doesn't get it. He's called Big Old Buck Wild for a reason. People tend to fixate on the big part, but the old is just as significant.
Ronnie, what about the wild part then?
Yeah, not so much.
And don't even get me started on the Buck part.
What do you mean?
We should probably just move on.
Will you look at that? Austin Armstrong in the ring, cleaning house right now. He just flattened Starman Jr. with that big power slam. And now he's gotten his hands on the Hood Ninja and is lifting him way up for the gorilla press.
And picking up the steel chair now and wailing away at the big homie Ace.
That's the big homie Ace, spelled with 2 bigs. Respect the brand, Tyrone.
I stand corrected. The big homie Ace now being manhandled in a big way by Austin Armstrong.
And that may be it for the homie.
No way, Buck. Ace is a Compton cat. It's gonna take more than a couple of slams and a couple of chair shots to put him off the block. I believe the big homie is in it for the long haul. You feel me?
I don't know if I feel you, but I hear you, and I think it's far too early to call. There's too much talent in the ring and more factors that can even be considered. All anyone can do at this point is hazard a guess as to who'll be in there for how long and who'll be left standing at the end. It's a total crapshoot at this point.
Well, Jesse Jet Black looking to widen the odds. He's in for the pin.
Fingers crossed.
And no, Belo fights on.
Hakushi's got the anomaly hemmed up at ringside. Looks like he's planning something nasty.
Yup, Uranaga.
I'm a what? Man, Ty, you better get your boy.
No, Ronnie, Uranaga is the name of the move. It's Japanese. It means back throw.
Oh, man.
See, Buck? Now, aren't you glad I got that degree in pro wrestling theory?
Whatever. The homie's on his back again. Ref for the count. But it's a no. No eliminations yet. And at ringside, the Great Bear, Hakushi Matsumoto, is at it again.
Don't you say it.
Back throw. Don't say what, Ronnie?
Cute. Keep playing with me, Buck.
Quit playing around, guys. It's time to be serious. We've got to be getting close to an elimination soon. I don't want us missing the high spots just because you two can't play nice together.
Oh, relax, Tyrone. We're just having a little fun. Tell you what, you just stand up for a second, let us snatch that stick up from out of there, and you can have a little fun too.
No thanks, Ronnie. I like my stick right where it is. Thank you.
That's pretty sus, Ty.
You know what I mean.
Do I?
Anyway, it looks like your boy Ace is about to be seeing stars as Junior maneuvers him into a magnificent Spanish fly. And there's the pin.
I think that may be it for the homie.
Nah, man. Not the homie.
Great so. Ace is our first elimination, leaving Belo in the precarious situation of having to do it solo. And I'll tell you, Ace was the biggest guy in there, but Belo's the smallest. Him bringing home the win alone in there against 6 other guys is highly unlikely.
I gotta agree with you there, Buck. The odds are against him.
And there's Starman Jr. with a flying crossbody, and Belo's down for the pin. And that's a WRAP for OPG. Both men eliminated virtually back-to-back by Starman Jr. And that leaves only FBA, the Dynasty and the Star Warriors as our prospective tag team champions. OPG will have to reach for that brass ring on their next turn at the carousel.
And Ken Tanaka looking to send FBA the way of OPG with that submission. But I don't think Jesse Jet Black is having it.
He's not, Ty. And jet lag. I thought he was going to go back after Tanaka behind that submission attempt, and apparently so did Starman Jr. Jet Black caught him totally unaware.
Is bad. You got to be prepared for anything in a contest like this. Nature of the match.
I can't find a lie, Buck. With so many men in the ring, you have to be watching your back, your front, and both sides at all times. You can't get caught slipping in a match like this.
Absolute facts.
Armstrong with a pin on Hakushi, but I'm doubtful.
Your instincts aren't wrong, Buck. Hakushi's a tank. It requires a great deal of effort to put him out of commission. You won't remove him from the battlefield very easily. You're going to have to expend most of your arsenal just to contend with him.
Pretty much the whole purpose of a tank, right?
Which is my point. Tanaka with a pin on Junior, but the anomaly breaks it up.
And now, the anomaly with a pin, and Starman Jr. with the roll-up.
Which pin is the ref even counting?
Only she knows. But no matter, both men kick out.
Junior, again, not watching his back, and now his back is about to pay for it, as Hakushi catches him in that crushing bear hug.
And he taps. Starman Jr.'s out of there. But where's the bell?
I don't believe the ref saw it, Buck. I suppose she was otherwise distracted.
Man, that's some bull! If the Star Warriors win now, the validity of the championship will always be in question.
Not necessarily, Ronnie. These things happen sometimes. A referee can't be everywhere at once. It's generally accepted that, on occasion, a fall or a rope break or an infraction of the rules may not be seen by the ref. She is, after all, only one person with one set of eyes.
Conveniently, I suspect foul play.
It's possible. Or maybe it was those strange alien powers you were talking about.
Well, at any rate, it is what it is, guys. The team of the Star Warriors is still intact, and for the time being, the Force is still with them.
Yeah, and the Force is strong in them, Ty. But wouldn't a tainted championship victory here tonight set them inevitably on the path to the dark side?
Not likely, Ronnie. The Star Warriors are Knights of the Light. They possess all the traits required to resist the pull: compassion, selflessness, self-control. Surely their wills are too strong to allow them to submit to the power of the dark side.
But not too strong to resist submitting to a Hakushi Matsumoto bear hug, though. So they have to resort to using deceptive Jedi mind tricks on the ref? That puts them, in my opinion, on the shady side of the Force at the very least.
Perhaps, but until we see any obvious displays of Force manipulation by the Star Warriors, let's just chalk the whole thing up to human error.
I'm fine with that. But I do have one question.
And that is?
What the hell are you guys even talking about?
We're talking about light and darkness, Buck. Good and evil. You know, the complex duality of man and all that.
Oh, so nothing then.
Sure.
We haven't talked much about this anomaly, Ty. What do we know about him?
Other than his supposed extraterrestrial origins, not much, Buck. As Jock told us during the introductions, the anomaly is a bit of a mystery, an enigma, so to speak.
Well, what has he said?
Nothing. Starman and Anomaly don't speak at all. They communicate strictly through their actions.
So they're what? Space mimes?
Maybe they just don't speak Earthling, Buck. Farthest reaches of the galaxy. Remember?
Yeah, I bet. Somewhere around the constellation of Mexico, I expect. And Akushi with a big fisherman buster on Austin Armstrong, and that could be it for the big man.
No siree, Buck. Jesse Jet has got his boys back. Believe it.
And it's a good thing. His ticket was as good as punched. And there's Jesse Black dealing out some jet lag.
Nice.
And here comes the Anomaly, looking to steal the pin.
See, Tyrone? Shady side of the Force.
It's not about who gets the fall, Ronnie. It's about who's left standing at the end. Regardless who would have gotten the pin, eliminating one half of the dynasty would have been beneficial to the Star Warriors and to FBA as well.
Armstrong better start paying attention. His partner's being double-teamed by the Star Warriors, and he's nowhere in sight. There's Junior with the cover, but Black manages to kick out. And it's a good thing for him because Armstrong was not going to get there in time for the save.
And Armstrong looking to make up for his inattention with an elimination, but he's unsuccessful in his endeavor.
Hakushi sliding back into the ring unbeknownst to Austin Armstrong. And now he's got him caught up in that great bear hug.
And again, Jesse Black has saved his partner from elimination after his partner has failed to do the same for him. I'll tell you, that's going to be a point of contention later on in the locker room if they don't win those titles tonight.
Well, Armstrong seems as though he's motivated to avoid that conversation, moving to eliminate Matsumoto as Tanaka is too indisposed to interfere.
He got it. The dynasty has been halved, and Ken Tanaka is now going to have to work twice as hard if he wants those titles.
The odds are not in his favor, though. With his partner eliminated, it's now basically 4 against 1, and he's got no one to watch his back. Anything could happen, but I wouldn't bet on it.
If you did, you'd probably lose your money, Ty. I don't expect the Dragon to walk away from a fight, but realistically, there's no future in his fronting.
I don't know about that, Ronnie. You're right about one thing. Tanaka would never walk away from a fight. He possesses a warrior's heart, and it's that same warrior's heart that's carried him through tighter spots than this one throughout his storied career on the Japanese circuit. I wouldn't count him out just yet.
I don't count anyone out, Ty. That's the ref's job. I'm just saying it don't look good.
Well, there are still strategies to consider, Ronnie. For instance, if he can hang in until one of his opponents is eliminated, that might force the remaining member of that team into a temporary alliance with him, taking a considerable amount of the heat off of him, at least until the next elimination. Then his butt's back in the fire again.
I thought that might be his opening, but it looks like the Anomaly still has a bit too much fight left in him.
Well, I'm extremely doubtful that his partner has too much fight left in him after taking that insane Dominator onto the ring floor from Austin Armstrong.
Oh, Jet Black was going for the Anomaly with that kendo stick, but inadvertently struck his partner instead.
Well, it seems to have worked out for the best either way. The Anomaly was able to use the distraction to put away the Dragon, and now it's an even 2-on-2 contest.
That's correct. With the elimination of Ken Tanaka, that leaves only Black and Armstrong of FBA and the Star Warriors as our prospective champions. It's come down to the wire. We are in the last stages of this contest and only moments away from crowning the first ever CAW Tag Team Champions. But who will it be?
Junior's gazing at the stars, and that's it for him. I hope that answers your question, Tyrone. That guy should have been eliminated a long time ago. Good riddance to space rubbish, I say.
It's not over yet, Ronnie. The Anomaly still has a chance, as slim as it may be. There's a reason that the ref hasn't called for the bell. The match is still going on.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'll start using that force thing you guys were talking about or whatever. I still don't know what that is, though.
A joke, Buck. It was a joke.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Clearly. And Black trying to lay the jet lag on the Anomaly, but the Anomaly halts it with the most unlikely counter.
Unlikely is right. I was not expecting to see a powerbomb from such a little guy.
Alien super strength, Buck. Never be surprised when you're dealing with the otherworldly.
Give it a rest, Ronnie. You know, a win by the Anomaly is still not out of the question here. I've been in the game for a long time, and I gotta tell you, I've seen smaller guys beat bigger odds.
That's for certain, Buck. There's something to be said for the size of the fight in the dog, as opposed to the size of the dog in the fights.
I'm familiar with the saying, Ty, but for all the fight the Anomaly may have in him, I doubt whether it'll be enough to get him the bone.
It's not looking good for him, Ronnie. I'll give you that. But like I keep saying, and like we all know, anything can happen.
Well, anything is happening to the Anomaly right now, and so is everything. These boys are serving him a straight-up, old-school mollywop. I think your man's is cooked, dressed, and served. Clear the table, fellas. These boys already ate.
You may be correct in your assessment, Ronnie, but as long as these guys continue to toy with the Anomaly, the more likely he'll find an opening and turn this match into a last-minute upset. Don't hedge your bets just yet.
I've never hedged a day in my life, Tyrone, and I don't plan to start hedging now, whatever that is.
Ty's right. The easiest way to lose your advantage is to get overconfident. These guys need to go ahead and capitalize on their position. If the Anomaly manages to eliminate one of them, turning it into a one-on-one, it'll be a whole new fight.
I don't see how he's gonna do that. These boys are on him like cheese on rice. He hasn't had a moment to breathe, much less fight back. I'm sorry, but I'm just not seeing it for him, Buck. He's done.
Wow, Ronnie, so negative. But you may not be wrong. Black and Armstrong now taking things back into the ring. Perhaps they're all done playing around with him and are ready to finally put him away.
That would be the smart thing to do, Buck. I've seen many a match turn around because the perceived winners didn't wrap things up when they should have. Black and Armstrong need to go ahead and put a bow on this thing while the going is good.
Well, I don't see where the going is gonna get any better for him, Ty. The time is now.
They're in agreement, apparently, Ronnie. Big leg drop from Jesse Jet Black off the top turnbuckle, and there's the pin. And there you have it. It's a rap-a-dap, as I like to say. Hit the lights.
The winners and new Classic Action Wrestling Tag Team Champions representing FBA, Jesse, Jet, Black, and Austin Armstrong.
There it is. Jesse Jet Black and Austin Armstrong are the first reigning CAW Tag Team Champions. An historical moment to be sure.
No doubt, Ty. Black and Armstrong have done their part to bring gold to the FBA stable. But the question remains, will Freeman be able to hold up his end and deliver the CAW World title?
We're about to find out in a hot second, Buck, as Freeman faces El Jefe, Hannibal Hernandez, in the third and final round of the World Championship Tournament right after this.
Who is Vernon Hammer? Who is Vernon Hammer? Who is he? Who is Vernon Hammer? Who is this man? Who is Vernon Hammer? Who is Vernon Hammer? Coming with that burning hammer!
The following is a 2 out of 3 falls contest for the Classic Action Wrestling World Championship. Introducing first from Los Angeles, California, being led to the ring by LWO2K. It's El Jefe, Hannibal Hernandez.
Olale, Freeman, just like me, you've traveled a long way to get here, and you've worked very hard. But I'm sorry to tell you, it's all been in vain. You see, this is my time, my destiny, the moment I've been waiting for all my Figure 4 life, and I won't let you or anyone else stand in the way of that. Ese.
Well, Hannibal certainly sounds like he means business, and he seems very secure in the idea that it's his destiny to be victorious here tonight.
Pride preceded a fall, Tyrone. Coming in here, assuming you just got it in the bag, is a good way to get your card pulled. He'd be wise to approach this match with a modicum of humility. You heard?
CAW superstars don't do that, Ronnie. If you want humility out of one of these guys, you're gonna have to feed it to him in a pie.
And from Brooklyn, New York, being led to the ring by the CAW Tag Team Champions, Jesse Jet Black and Austin Armstrong. He is the founding member of FBA, the Footloose Phenomenon, Freeman.
What's good, bro? It's your boy, Freeman. The people are screaming and freedom is ringing. Hannibal, I know you're out here on some destiny kick, but as a student of history, I'm fully aware that history is recorded in the past, not the future. And I'll be more than happy to give you a lesson in how history happens. I'll see you in the ring, and we can kick it.
Footloose Phenomenon, on his way to the ring, flanked by the newly crowned CAW Tag Team Champions, looking to make that pair of titles a trio as he seeks to grab the world title here tonight.
That'd be pretty epic, wouldn't it? Both the world and tag team titles in one stable. At the very least, they'll look really cool all coming to the ring together.
They look pretty cool to me right now, Buck, but Freeman is gonna need to do more than look cool to get that title around his waist.
No lies. I suppose we'll have to see if Hannibal lives up to his destiny, or if it'll be Freeman that makes history here tonight.
Let's get to it then.
Here it is, guys. Moment of truth. The moment we've all been waiting for. The battle for the CAW World Championship.
I'm all anticipation, Buck, and so are the fans. The CAW family is all in attendance as we have a full house tonight at CAW Arena. It seems everyone turned out tonight to see this momentous championship event.
Well, if the house is packed and the seats are full, let's get this show on the road.
You heard?
These guys not wasting any time, going right at it. And Freeman.
Beautiful springboard cutter by the Footloose Phenomenon. Freeman is starting off strong, smartly looking to overwhelm his opponent early on.
Wise man, you don't want to play around with the strap on the line, Ty. You'll want to dominate if you can. You don't want to give your opponent any opportunity to take the advantage over you, because you may not be able to get it back.
Wise words, Buck. But it looks like Hannibal Hernandez has found the opening he needed, nonetheless, and has put himself in control for the moment.
Yeah, Freeman seems to be in a little bit of trouble right now. He seems to be pretty much temporarily immobilized as El Jefe is going to work on that arm of his.
For what, though? He barely uses him. All he does is kick.
It's his specialty, Buck. It's what he's best at, and it serves him well, as you can see. But that's not all he does. He's more well-rounded than you give him credit for.
Freeman going for the pin, but I'm skeptical about his likelihood of success.
Your skepticism didn't mislead you, Ronnie. El Jefe kicks out on the one. It's been a constant back and forth as neither of these men has been able to build up a good head of steam.
Yeah, this thing's getting off to a slow start for sure. They're gonna need to crank it up a couple of notches. These people came to see a show, and these boys are paid to deliver.
You'll get no argument from me, Buck. I want to be entertained as well. After all, this is classic action wrestling. We've got a standard to uphold.
Darn tootin'.
Relax, fellas. It's not just a sport we're talking about here. There's the entertainment aspect to consider. The show, the dance, the anticipatory build-up, the drama. You guys are supposed to get this.
We do get it, Ronnie, but try to see it from our side. You just got here. We've been building up to this for 3 weeks. That's like 3 months in YouTube time. Me and Buck are just ready to get to the big coup de grace once and for all. That's all we're saying.
Well, things are starting to kick up anyway as Hannibal Hernandez has managed to get a little bit of heat going on and wisely attacking the legs of the Footloose Phenomenon, looking to disarm him of his chief offensive weapon. Smart.
It is a wise tactic, neutralizing the legs of the Footloose Phenomenon, Buck. And not just to disarm him, no pun intended, but to prepare him for his finishing hold.
That's right, Ty. If Freeman gets caught slipping, El Jefe is going to introduce him to the figure 4 life. You heard?
Well, it looks like El Jefe is the one that got caught slipping, Ronnie. It's Freeman for the cover. And the pin. That's one fall for the Footloose Phenomenon, and still none for Hannibal Hernandez. Freeman now just one fall away from victory. El Jefe still needs 2 for the win.
Hannibal's destiny doesn't look to be shining too brightly right now, Buck. I have to wonder what our old friend Hector would say if he were here with us tonight.
Oh, that's easy, Tyrone. He'd probably say something like,
I have not lost faith in my cousin Hannibal, Senor Ty. He is behind for now, yes, but he will come back like a taco salad after a fifth of cheap tequila.
Hey, that's pretty good, Ronnie. I didn't know you could do impressions.
Among other things, Tyrone, I'm what's known as a multi-dimensional talent. I'm loaded with the stuff. If you can be entertained by it, it's a good bet that Ronnie X can not only do it, but do it well.
We'll keep that in mind next time we need to fill a gap in the match schedule.
Now wait a minute.
If we could just focus on the talent in the ring, guys.
Obviously, the talent in the ring is considerable, Tyrone. It's not even in question. This is a main event match for the CAW World title, and both these guys fought their way to this point. Their talent does not require certification.
No one's asking you to certify it, Buck. I'm just asking you to pay attention. We're here to call the match. You're not going to be able to do that if you can't at least find a little focus.
Okay, I'm focused. And it's looking like El Jefe has found focus as well. He's gotten his second win after taking that earlier fall, and it looks like he's about ready to settle the score. He's got Freeman on the ropes in a most literal fashion. And the Footloose phenomenon, who at one point looked poised for victory, now seems to be beginning to falter.
That seems to be the case, Buck. El Jefe is en fuego, that's on fire, for our non-Spanish speaking audience. And Freeman's flame, it seems, is starting to flicker as Hernandez moves in for the pin.
Nope, just a 2 count. Freeman kicks out, and he's backing up to that corner now, popping the trunk and preparing to fire off that big shotgun drop kick.
And there he goes, absolutely flattening the Footloose phenomenon. This may be a first fall for El Jefe.
And again, no, Freeman still got fire in him, not ready to go.
And dragging him now to the center of the ring. I'm pretty sure I know what he has in mind here.
Yeah, I know what he has in mind too, and so did Freeman.
It looks that way as Freeman rolls out, countering the attack. And
let's freedom ring! I do believe that's gonna be a wrap, fellas.
Believe your eyes, Ronnie, not the hype. El Jefe just kicked out again. Freeman's having a hard time securing the second fall he needs to gain victory here tonight. That has got to be intensely frustrating.
Facts, Buck. You know he's got to be thinking.
Man, if this was a one-fall contest, I'd already be champion, baby.
Hey, that's pretty good. You can do Freeman too, huh?
Ronnie X can impersonate anyone, Buck. You heard?
Yeah, I definitely heard. Well, this is unwise. Freeman's allowing himself to be distracted by the antics of that reprobate Dirty Sanchez.
Yeah, that's the oldest trick in the book. I don't see how so many superstars still fall for it, but
he turned in time to avoid a blindside attack, but the interference from outside bought Hernandez a valuable few seconds of recovery time nonetheless.
He failed to take advantage of it though, Buck, as he's still very much on the receiving end of things at this point, just looking dazed and confused right now. It doesn't look like he's even got the wherewithal to defend himself from Freeman's volley of attacks.
Well, he better snap out of it pretty soon, Tyrone. Or do I need to remind y'all that he's operating from a deficit?
Not at all, Ronnie. Buck and I are well aware that El Jefe is still down to fall. If anyone here needs reminding of the fact, it's Hernandez himself.
I don't even think he needs reminding of that, Ty. He's fighting for the CAW World Championship. That's not the kind of thing that just slips your mind.
I suppose you got a point there, Buck. What I mean to say is that his fight reserves seem to be running low. He came to this match with the idea that he was destined to be victorious. But at this point, it looks like he's counting on destiny to do all the work.
Well, it looks like he's finally snapped back to reality and realized he's got to fight back.
And what a snapback it is, as El Jefe finds a massive burst of energy and sails from corner to corner with a lightning-fast trip from coast to coast, crushing Freeman into that lower corner turnbuckle.
And now it's Jesse Jet Black with a distraction tactic. Two can play at that game, I suppose.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like El Jefe is any less susceptible to it than was the Footloose phenomenon, who unawares to him is slowly getting back to his feet.
And Freeman with a swift jab. It looks like it's going to be a battle of fisticuffs.
I'll say, Buck, it looks like they're foregoing grapples and slams and opting for just throwing knuckles and hands.
You're a regular Langston Hughes, Ronnie. Hernandez comes out on top. Freeman's down, and El Jefe's moving for that corner.
And we all know what that means.
That's right. Sawed-off 12-gauge boot to the chest. And I do believe El Jefe just got his first fall.
He did. This match is tied. And El Jefe, not resting on his laurels, presses the attack. Freeman now in big trouble as Hernandez applies the figure-4 leg lock.
Oh, it's a wrap. Say hello to your new champion, Tyrone.
Oh, I'll be sure to, Ronnie. First chance I get. After all, he is the first ever CAW World Champion. How could I not pay my respects to that?
Well, I'm still not sure whether I believe in destiny or not, but either way, Hannibal Hernandez has risen to the occasion and stands before us tonight as the CAW World Champion. And that I cannot refute.
Thanks for joining us, folks.
I'm Big Ol' Buck Wild. Cut it out, Ronnie. I am Big Ol' Buck Wild.
I'm Tyrone Note.
And I'm Ronnie X. Join us next week for CAW Classic Action Wrestling.
Pick 'em up, put 'em down in the ring, on the ground, wrap 'em up all around. CAW! Off a ladder in a cage to a table off a stage in a rumble in a rage. CAW! confront.